Hi, my name is Nick Anderson, and welcome to your very first ukulele lesson. It's so exciting that you've decided to play this wonderfully happy instrument, and we're going to teach you how to play it really quickly in 5 to 10-minute video lessons. My goal is to make this the best free YouTube ukulele lesson that there is. And how I'm going to do that? I've got two cameras that are going to show you how to do things up close, and I've also got some awesome visuals that are going to help you learn how to play ukulele quickly, easily, and have so much fun. I have a little background in ukulele. I just want to let you know this because I don't want you to think I'm just some guy that doesn't know what he's talking about. So, little background. I actually went to state solo ensemble for ukulele and got a first with my ukulele choir. I've been playing ukulele for over 10 years, and I've been teaching stringed instruments for that long as well, and I've been teaching ukulele for the last about 8 years. So I love teaching ukulele because, fun fact, it's impossible to frown while you're playing the ukulele. Let's just I'm gonna try quick. Can't do it. Can't do it. So by the end of this lesson, you're gonna be able to strum your ukulele correctly, meaning you're going to be able to read chord charts so that you can play any song you want, and you're going to be able to play 2 full chords. So let's get right into it. Let's start by making sure our ukulele's in tune. I want you to take your thumb and pluck each of these strings on its own. If your ukulele doesn't sound like that, you need to go to the description below and learn how to tune your ukulele. That's something that we need to be prepared for this lesson. I'm not including it in my 5 to 10 minutes because I feel like you should have come prepared to your first lesson, people. I'm just kidding. You'll be able to learn how to tune your ukulele whether you have a clip-on tuner that goes here or you just want to tune it by ear and listening. I've got how to do both below in this video's description. Now that you're tuned and ready, let's get into your very first chord. We're going to play the C chord together. It's going to sound like this. All right, so how to play the C chord. We need to learn a few things. There's our C chord in chart form. You can see that this chart has frets just like my ukulele does. These are frets, each of these different boxes. This is fret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. You'll also notice some ukuleles will have these dots. That's just to help you figure out where you are on the fret board, which is this whole thing. So fret 1, 2, 3, and then we've got strings that are numbered as well. This is string 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got frets 1, 2, 3, and strings 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, to learn how to play these chords, we also need to number our fingers. This is finger number 1, our pointer finger. Finger number 2 is our middle finger. Finger number 3, that's hard to put that up for me, is our ring finger, and then finger number 4 is our pinky. So when we're looking at this chord chart, you can see we've got those same things. We've got our frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got our strings that I can't point out as well, but you can see them. And then we've got where to put our fingers. That's this 3 there with the circle. That's where we're going to put our finger, and it's also the number finger we're going to use. Now, most chord charts don't have finger numbers on them, and that's because there's technically no correct way to play chords. But my chord charts that I'm using in this course are, again, supposed to be the best beginner course ever. So I put together a chord chart that shows you how to play chords with what fingers so that you're less confused in most beginner situations, because you use different fingers based on where you're moving next in the song. That'll make more sense as we continue on. But for now, let's learn how to play this C chord with this beginner chord chart. So we've got a number 3 on the 3rd fret. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3. And then we can see that that number 3 is on the 1st string. So we're going to take our 3rd finger, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put it right there on the 3rd fret, 1st string. Now we also notice that those dots at the top, they are all open. This is another thing I included to make this a great chord chart for beginners. If those are all open like that and they don't have X's in them, it means you're going to strum all of those strings to make the chord play correctly. If there was an X in one of those, let's say there was an X on that 4th string, that would mean that you weren't going to strum your 4th string here. That would mean you're just going to strum these 3. But like it shows, we've got all 4 of those strings completely open. So to play the C chord, we're going to strum all the strings. So that brings us to our next point. What is strumming? So we're going to teach you strumming while you're playing your very first chord. It's super exciting. I know. So you're going to take your 3rd finger and you're going to put it on this 3rd fret, 1st string. You're going to push down. And then let's just take our thumbs right away. That's the easiest way. And let's just go slowly across these different strings together and pluck them. That's your first chord. Now do it a little faster. Do it a couple times. That's strumming. That's one way to strum. There's many ways to strum the ukulele, and that's one of the beautiful things about ukulele is since it's a folk instrument, there's technically no correct way to play it. And I know I'm going to get some hate in the comments for that because people are going to be like, what do you mean there's no correct way to play it? There is a correct way to play everything. And I'm sure there is, and we're not doing that. Well, we are doing that. I'm going to teach you the correct ways to strum. But you can do whatever you want. This is just supposed to be fun. We're having fun. You're here because you want to learn how to play ukulele and you want to have fun. We're going to teach you a few different ways to strum, and you can choose which way you want, or you can do a totally different new way, and maybe that's going to make you the coolest ukulele player in the world, because Jimi Hendrix, he probably didn't play a guitar the way that they told him to play, but now he's the most famous guitar player on earth because he came up with a new way to play, and people loved how it sounded. So that's where I'm at, and that's where we're at, because we're gonna have some fun. Okay, so one of the ways to strum is your thumb there. Another way, pointer finger. Another way, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. 4th finger, pinky finger, however you want to do it, and you'll learn that there's different ways as you go along. So I was switching there and doing different strumming pattern or different strumming things. I like to actually fan my fingers like that to strum. That's one of the ways that I like to do it, and that's a more advanced technique. But this is what I'm saying. You can play ukulele in a lot of different ways, and it's fun either way. So that's how we strum a chord, and you just learned not only your first chord, a C chord, but you also learned how to strum your ukulele. It's as easy as that. Like, you're playing now. So let's learn a second chord, because most songs have more than one chord. Let's learn the G chord. And this is going to be a little bit more difficult, and it's going to show us how to read a chord chart really so that we can, do more chords, figure out songs and things like that. So let's go to camera 2 here. And let's show our G chord there. So you can see our G chord, we're going to be using the 2nd and 3rd fret for this chord. We're not even paying attention to the 1st fret. So the first things I notice is I'm using 3 fingers. I've got 1, 2, and 3 there. So I'm going to take my 1st finger and figure out where to place it. Now this chord chart, it shows 2nd fret, 3rd string. So I'm going to find that here, 2nd fret, and there's 1, 2, 3, 3rd string. Now I'm going to take my 2nd finger, my middle finger, and I'm going to do the same thing. It looks like it's the 2nd fret, 1st string. So I'm going to put that down there. Now, the 3rd finger we're going to use, it looks like it's the 3rd fret, 2nd string. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then it's not that one, it's the 2nd string. And now, which strings do I strum for this chord now that my fingers are in the right area? Well, it looks like there's no X's at the top, so we're going to strum all of them. Now that's a G chord. Now you know how to read chord charts, how to play 2 different chords. And what I want you to do is practice going between those 2 chords. And you'll notice it's easy to go through those 2 chords if you paid attention to the different chord charts that I had, because to get to that G, all you have to do is move from that C here. You just move your finger up 1 and that one's already in position. Then you just got to figure out where these other two are. And then the trick is, as you're playing that C chord, if I know I'm going to go to a G chord next, and I know this is the G chord, or this is the G chord, I can hover these fingers above that while I'm playing this C chord, and then I know these are just going to come down there, and this one's going to move up. And that's why I made this chord chart for beginners, because you just want to get to playing fast and easy. So if you want to use this same method to learn more chords, meaning you can learn even more songs, all you've got to do is go in the description below where I've got a download link where you can get this entire chord chart for beginners that's going to have what strings to strum, where to put your fingers, and what fingers to use. Congratulations on finishing your very first ukulele lesson. I can't wait to see you in the next lessons and see you progress and smile as you play this amazing instrument. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this lesson, share it with a friend, and we'll see you in the next video.